Those character leaks I made the other week, huh? Anyway, hello everyone, this is Hunter2 back with what will hopefully be the first of a few reviews to come out this month, as this is the month where the true drops of the 2026 merch happen in the big retailers, such as Walmart and Target already had its drop, but I haven't been able to go to one recently, so I don't have any of the diecasts on me at the moment, but hopefully I will later this month. And hopefully Walmart will come in clutch with a shipment of motorized engines, because for some reason they decided to cancel the shipment out of absolutely nowhere. Please get the shipment back, or else I will go absolutely manic and insane. But anyway, this video is going to be on the first of hopefully many reviews, and it is on the 2026 Motorized Diesel and Troublesome truck. So for any of you wondering where I got this guy from, I ordered him on the Walmart website, as they had him in stock. They technically still have his other listing, which has no image, in stock, but I hopped on this one, which had an image of his model. I wanted to get two of them, but sadly, they only had one in stock. So I am still on the hunt for a second motorized diesel for a certain project with Walmart that I have mentioned in previous reviews. But anyway, let's start off by taking a look at his box. So up here in the corner, we got the new Thomas & Friends logo. We got available on YouTube Kids. We got the new Motorized logo, new 2026. We got that nice background there. We got Diesel in his glory, where you can touch and feel him and whatever else. And here's his little promo down here with that smug face and his red running board. I will get to that later. And his Troublesome truck. Here we have the thing about magnets and a Adrian up and Mattel. And on the back of the box, we have absolutely zipple. It's all just a bunch of legal blah blah, and the original CGI Thomas, that nitrogen Thomas render climbing the barcode. And on the underneath, we have the easy perforated open edge, and it's made in Vietnam. And this diesel's production date is 153rd day of 2026. So with that out of the way, let's get Diesel out of his packaging. Alright, coming in for the unboxing, I will open the easy perforated edge, and we will pop Diesel out of his box prison. That's one flap. Here's the other flap. Here's the instructions. Well, that's not the instructions. This is the instructions. And we take our little keyholes and we turn them at least 90 degrees. Diesel is free. And then Troublesome truck is free. And now we can get this box aside. Whoop! Here is Diesel. And let's look at these pieces of paper. So we're gonna start off with the main instruction booklet. So we're gonna unfold it like so. There's the logo up top, which is actually a vector. It's a black and white vector of the logo, and I figured that out myself by putting all the instruction sheets into Adobe Illustrator, the PDF files, and it's just a bunch of blah blah. On the back we get this image of Thomas with no details on him. But yeah, it's just a bunch of absolutely blah blah in every language on how to put batteries in. Just whoop that aside, and we don't really need to look at this, considering this is just randomness that they threw in here because all the Vietnam instructions throw this in. If it was made in China, it wouldn't have thrown this in. Whoop! Let's get the Diesel himself now. And we're gonna start off with Diesel himself. So first, let's get that nice 360 spin. Whoa! Okay, that is cool. Whoa, that is cool. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that in a moment. All right. Let's start off with that front. So here's his face. He's got he's got like a sort of like, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not really devious. It's more of like a scheming face. It kind of looks like The Rock when he's doing his eyebrow thing. And then you just get the dramatic music. Here's this side. He's got his little rectangle thing here. And interesting thing, let me grab the box again. Interestingly, on the box promo, Diesel doesn't have that rectangular thing on his side. So, is he gonna have this in the show or not? That's a question. We will find out soon. He's got some nice details. I really love those vents and all that. Oh yeah, here's the top. Here is the bottom. 153rd day of 2026. Wait, what did the box say? Yep, it's the same. 153rd day of 2026. Yeah, and on here's the other side. He's missing the little rectangle on this side like it should be. Got all the nice vents, those doors. And the back, holy moly, this shocked me. He has indented windows on the back. What? I was not expecting that. Okay. Anyway, Diesel does look very nice. Oh yeah, and he also has these side rods. He has nice side rods now, and his wheels are gray. And let's get to the obvious big elephant in the room with this Diesel. The red footplate. What were you thinking, Mattel, changing this at the last second? I would say I wouldn't have minded this as much if this right here was the version we got in the promo images. As in the promo images, what we ended up getting was a Diesel with a black running board, black wheels, and recessed buffers. But what we actually got was this, with the most brightest, obnoxious red you could ever think of on the running board. Even the die-cast one isn't this bright and obnoxious. If they toned down the red, I feel like it'd look a little bit nicer. But one upside to this is that they gave us proper buffers. That's the whole reason why this deck is red now, is because let's give them proper buffers! Still wish they showed this version in the promo just so they didn't hype us all up with like what could have been the greatest motorized Diesel ever in terms of looks. Hopefully this guy performs well. We will find that out in a little bit. As before we move on to performance, let's do a few comparisons. So the first Diesel I'm going to compare this guy to is the Trackmaster Revolution Diesel, and oh my gosh, I think it's already safe to say that this Diesel is better in terms of proportion. He's a lot more square than this one. This one looks thin and rectangular. Look at how long this thing is compared to this. This thing has such nicer length and width too. He's got a much nicer, squarer, boxier shape than more of this thin, long rectangle. Like, really, look how much they had to stretch out this thing. Look at this. It's thin like it should be. This is also nice and good looking. I will say I do love how his deck is done. I don't know if this is accurate, this weird indent, but it does look a little weird. And then this one has proper 3D ladders, which is nice. This one just has them not printed on, but they are embedded But yeah, I will say the new diesel does look so much better in terms of proportions compared to the Trackmaster Revolution one. He also kind of towers the back of the Revolution one. Look at that back detailing. That is so nice. Here's the other side. I'm not sure what did the little rectangle here better, the Revolution diesel or this one. I will say, I love the proportions on this new diesel though. I just really wish they didn't curl the finger on the monkey's paw so last second with the running board. That's my only gripe with this diesel, is the red running board. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna repeat myself and say it would have looked, I wouldn't have minded it as much if it was on the images, but here's the faces. I will say this face is better than the generic happy face that we get. I don't know which diesel is honestly better. They're both weird in their own ways. This one is definitely better in terms of proportions though. But yeah, that was Trackmaster Revolution diesel. And now we're gonna bring in the All Engines Go diesel. And I will say, in terms of proportion, both of these look really nice. Except this one's a lot bigger. Actually, now that I think about it, I think 26 diesel might win in terms of proportions again. He's definitely a lot more square than the All Engines Go diesel, because this one's got the weird slants to it. But yeah, they're both pretty good proportionately, I'd say. Both this diesel and the All Engines Go one. This one kind of reminisced this one in a few ways. Except this one has the proper running board color in terms of the show-wise. Who knows if I have a feeling Diesel might have the red deck in the show, considering both of his toys and the weird promo have it. Yeah, here's the back. They both have back detailing, which is vastly different from each other. And then here is the tops. Oh yeah, another thing I should say. This diesel, both of his roof pieces are separated from the main body. This one, the front part of the roof is part of the main body, while this part is separated from the rest of the body to fit the button. But yeah, this one's a bit tough. Which diesel looks better here? The All Engines Go or the new 26 in terms of proportions? I'd say both of them look on equal as each other. Oh yeah, and Diesel kept his purple eyes from his All Engines Go counterpart. I will say, with the way the eyes, with the way where the eyelids are on the model, the weird white tint in the eyes doesn't look so weird because it cuts off mid where the white bits of the eye are. So it doesn't like show that part of the eye. So Diesel's eyes on his toy look a bit more natural, if you know what I mean. But yeah, which one do you think looks better proportionately? I think I'm leaning towards this one. In terms of other stuff, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was the comparisons. And I just want to gripe around the red thing. Like, the reason I don't like how bright this is, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. That's like the main thing your eye goes to when looking at this final thing. I really want to know who was in the department and said, yes, we're gonna make the promo of this thing black. And then someone in the office is like, no, that's not right. We need to match his promo. Let's make it the most brightest and obnoxious red that it'll stand out on the shelf. Okay, anyway. That was Diesel. Now we're gonna take a look at the Troublesome truck. So this truck is kind of similar to the one in the Cranky delivery set, except this time it has a face. But yeah, this truck is a nice gray looking truck. It sadly doesn't have any details on the planks, and I will get to that later. Here's the back, which is the All Engines Go styled of the truck. Same with the front. It's the All Engines Go style. The sides are ripped from the CGI truck, which is still interesting and mind-boggling to me. Yeah, if you want gray trucks, this is the motorized pack to get multiples of. Here he is next to the CGI truck, and it is a very similar tone of gray. I'll take the load out. And they seem to have reversed. No, it's not reversed. Wait a minute. What? Okay. It's not reversed, but like parts of it. Look at the CGI truck. We got this little thing here, which is the same here on this one. But this piece on the new one is in a different spot on the CGI one. Same with this little round thing. It's in a different spot. So what? They moved the individual planks around. That's interesting. Okay. Here's the faces and the fronts, and you can really tell that they just took the front from the All Engines Go Troublesome truck just by looking at this. Same with the back. I will say, taking the thing from the All Engines Go truck was kind of a good move because it does look more accurate to like the actual kind of plank wagon compared to whatever this is. Like, those planks do not look right. That's like the one positive I'll give about this. The face is interesting. It does have a troublesome look to it, I will say that. Here's the bottom. 2026 Thomas, made in Vietnam. Yeah, it does. I don't know if it does feel any stronger. The plastic does feel about the same. It does feel a little bit heavier than this truck, probably because of the magnets. But I really wish they gave it the sort of similar detailing that they did with the 80th truck, where it had like the planks picked out and then like the metal bits picked out and a bit of rust weathering. I think we could have gone without the rust weathering, but at least we could have gotten the little metal bits picked out in paint or printing. I don't know what was so hard about that to not do it on this one, but we get what we get. It's not a bad truck. I mean, at least we get a gray truck in the motorized range, which is something we haven't gotten with the diecast range yet. We've gotten yellow, green, faceless, red, and that's about it. We haven't gotten a troublesome truck in gray in the diecast range yet, because for some reason they paired the red truck with diesel in his diecast 2-pack. Anyway, let's see how this guy performs. Let's put a battery in him. Alright, I've got my screwdriver here. We need to get that beautiful screwdriver shot. Here is the inside of Diesel. You can easily take his face off by getting rid of these screws, and you can pull out the button and the roof by removing those screws. Here is Diesel's chassis, which is completely red. Seriously, what was so hard about? Actually, wait! Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing this. On this roof piece, these back windows here are part of the roof piece. You could hollow these out! If you cut it just right, you could hollow them out! Yo! But anyway, I've got my battery here. We're gonna test this out. Ooh, he's got nice speed. I think he's got a bit of torque in him. Yeah, I'm not pressing very hard. I have to press a fair bit to get that to slow. I think he has a bit of torque in him, but that looks like some decent speed. Hopefully he's got some decent get-go, because that does not look terrible at all. I know Thomas is a little slow at the moment because he's not got the freshest batteries in him, but... Alright, let's see him. Woo! Yeah, of course he's slipping because he's on a hard table. Yeah, I'd say that's not bad at all. We'll give him that performance run now. Alright, so I've got Diesel here on my slightly modified setup of the cranky set. And we're gonna see how he performs in 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa, he's got some nice speed there. It's coming up to the incline. He did that incline with style, look at that. Here he comes through the, oh, that was interesting. Coming through the tunnel, coming around. Back to cranky, will he stop? Yes, he stops at cranky and powers him nicely. Continuing on our way. Go, Diesel, go up the incline. Will the truck do that weird thing again? Okay, no, it didn't. Round he goes. We're gonna go the other way through the tunnel. I'd say he's doing it pretty well. Diesel's performing with style. Let's move on to the strength challenge. Alright, so I've got Diesel hooked up to the freight car from the cranky set, his own truck, little plastic trip dog, and Wooden Ray 2022 Rosie. And I also added the little crates inside of the trucks. So we're gonna see if he can do the hill climb with this load behind him. Go Diesel, he's got that nice speed. Coming around the bend. He's slowing. Oh, trip dog, rebound, trip dog. Whoa, and he's caught. He's caught on the trigger piece. Alright, so I've done some reordering and I put Trip Dog behind Rosie, so we're gonna try this. Hopefully this works better and Trip Dog doesn't end up tripping on the tracks. So it's coming up. Whoa, he's shook a little bit. He's done it! He's got to the top. Whoa! And he unhooked! So yeah, even though he unhooked at the top of the hill, it seems I got a nicely performing Diesel who has a fair bit of strength in him, and a fair bit of torque, and a fair bit of speed, because I did this speed test off camera, and he is faster than the Thomas, which comes in my cranky set for some reason. And just for proof, I'm gonna set both of these off. They're both on full batteries. Diesel is slowly inching away from Thomas. Both of these guys are on fresh Duracell Oncline batteries. And Diesel is just slowly getting away from Thomas. The distance is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, with all that now out of the way, what are my final thoughts on the 2026 Motorized Diesel? I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating. I think I've gave every 2026 item I reviewed so far an 8 out of 10. I don't know, I feel like I should give him more a 7.5. I feel like that's more fair for this Diesel. A 7.5. I will say this Diesel would have been a perfect 10 out of 10 if he kept the black deck like his promo showed. But other than that, this Diesel honestly isn't a bad model. And if yours actually works and performs well, I'd say you should pick it up. As he honestly doesn't look too bad proportionally. And it probably isn't too hard to kind of like cover up some of the electronic components and make this thing black yourself. I do plan on getting a few more Diesels, so I might end up doing that myself with another one that I get. But what do you say we give him a proper running session now, alongside Thomas? And that was the extended running session of the 2026 Motorized Diesel and Troublesome truck. So, that marks the end of this review, and hopefully I can find a few more items soon so I can get the next review out soon as well. And I also want to say I am working on another video as well, which is an MMD animation. So who knows if that will come out before or after. It will come out after this diesel review, but who knows if it'll come out before or after the next review. So anyway, this is HunterTube saying thanks for watching, bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.